Hi there. I'm here to talk to you today about the GT identification referral process and GT programming options within Jeffco. My name is Erin Shea, and I'm a second-year GT resource teacher. This is my 18th year in education, and I've worked as a gifted and talented center teacher for 8 years, and then as a GT social emotional learning counselor for another 8 years. As a GT resource teacher, I support Creighton Middle School's GT Center program, as well as multiple other schools in the central and northern areas of the district. When I'm not working, I love to read and go sailing with my family up on Lake Dillon. I'm also teaching myself the ukulele, which has quickly become one of my favorite pastimes. If you haven't already, I encourage you to open up the slide deck that is posted on our GT website so you can follow along with this presentation and have access to all the links within it. Now let's talk about the differences between the GTID referral and the GT Center application. The GTID referral is for anyone who would like their student to be considered for an advanced learning plan, otherwise known as an ALP. Students who qualify for an ALP in Jeffco have been formally identified as gifted and talented based on the Colorado Department of Education guidelines. Students in our neighborhood and charter schools make up over 80% of our gifted students in Jeffco. The second link, the GT Center application, is for families who are interested in moving their student into a GT Center school. If a student does not yet have an advanced learning plan, they will be considered for an ALP as well. A team of GT resource teachers looks at a body of evidence to determine whether GT Center programming would be the right fit for the student. If a student is accepted into the GT Center program, families will be able to tour different GT Center schools to determine which is the best fit for their student. They can then apply to their chosen GT Center school through Enroll Jeffco. However, we cannot guarantee acceptance into any specific GT Center school. Enrollment will be determined based on space availability within each individual school. The needs of advanced learners are typically addressed at each neighborhood school utilizing a student's ALP. However, Jeffco also offers an option known as a GT Center program. In existence since 1984, GT Centers are housed in neighborhood schools and provide full-time educational experiences. Instruction involves acceleration, enrichment, and attention to affective needs. Instruction is based on various formal and informal data to assure that the needs of the students are met. A trained GT Social Emotional Learning Counselor, or SELC, provides social emotional support to students at each of our GT Center schools. GT Centers adhere to the GT Center expectations in programming for gifted learners, although each school retains its individual identity and may offer additional enrichments and programming appropriate to its students' needs. GT Center classrooms are designed to understand and meet the diverse academic and social emotional needs of their students. While GT Center students generally have instruction in core content areas with intellectual peers, there are often opportunities for them to interact with students outside of the GT Center and take advantage of the experiences offered for the entire school. Our GT Center schools are located throughout Jefferson County. In the north, we have Ryan Elementary, Hackberry Hill Elementary, and North Arvada Middle School. Centrally located are Divinity Elementary, Kiffin Elementary, and Stevens Elementary, as well as Creighton Middle School and Everett Middle School. In the south, we have Coronado Elementary, Westridge Elementary, and Ken Carroll Middle School. Up in our mountains, we have Parmalee Elementary, West Jefferson Middle School, and Evergreen Middle School. For our high school programming, students from throughout the district may select either Arvada High School or Wheat Ridge High School. These are the only Jeffco schools with GT Centers, and they are placed throughout the district to provide broad access. After students have gone through the data review process and have been qualified for GT Center, families must choice enroll via Enroll Jeffco into these schools for GT Center programming. Students who are currently enrolled in a school that has a GT Center program are not guaranteed access to the GT Center programming. They must go through the application and review process, just like all other Jeffco students. So, what does GT Center programming look like in Jeffco? Our GT Centers start at the first grade and are offered all the way up through 12th grade. GT centers operate as a school within a school model with GT certified teachers in each of the center classrooms. This means that teachers are highly qualified to teach gifted students in their content areas and/or grade levels. Each GT Center school is home to a GT RT as well as a GT SELC. While the RT and SELC can often be found in their GT Center schools, all RTs and most SELCs are shared among multiple schools in the district and therefore are not at their GT Center school every day. The GT department partners with the school to provide ongoing professional learning centered around the needs of gifted learners. Our GT centers are considered a Tier 3 resource for students, which means that they are not necessarily the right fit for every gifted student. It's also important to know that wait lists are common in many of our GT centers, particularly in certain grade levels such as 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Our GT SELC supports students only in our GT centers. They have been specifically trained to offer social-emotional programming to meet the unique affective needs of gifted learners. They support our GT Center schools with class lessons, small groups, and individual instruction for students. They have experience and expertise in supporting our twice exceptional students as well. They collaborate with families, teachers, and the other mental health professionals within the school to ensure that students are receiving the correct structures of support. Another way our GT team supports families is through our family learning opportunities. You can see that this year, our GT SELCs are providing a book study called Anxious Kids, Anxious Parents. This group will meet starting September 26th and will meet for 6 consecutive Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Coronado Elementary School. You can learn more about this specific book study as well as other learning opportunities for families by clicking on the link. There are no forms of district-provided transportation for students attending GT Center schools unless the GT Center school is your home school and you already qualify for district-provided transportation to that school. Many families within our GT centers do successfully organize carpools within the community, but Jeffco does not have the resources to guarantee transportation to out-of-boundary students. As a comparison to our GT Center program, here's some information about our district-wide GT programming that we offer for those not in our GT Center schools. As we already said, over 80% of our gifted learners are in our neighborhood, option, and charter schools. Every Jeffco school provides mental health support for all students. Differentiation is provided for all ability levels at every school. All schools, including neighborhood and charter schools, are supported by a GT resource teacher. Neighborhood schools can have a variety of different focuses like project-based learning, or PBL, science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, or STEAM, GT clustering, and/or pull-out models. GT students are sometimes clustered in the same classroom with like-ability peers. All gifted identified students are on an ALP. Students do not have to leave their home school to be identified as gifted, receive an advanced learning plan, or receive differentiated academic instruction. However, GT Center programming is provided at our 16 GT Center schools and offers the unique features previously discussed. While all Jeffco schools offer mental health support, GT teachers and GT SELCs are specifically trained in the needs of gifted learners. We do offer similar training to all Jeffco teachers and work to provide ongoing professional learning to all interested staff, but GT Center teachers receive ongoing training and support in the needs of gifted learners. Here's a step-by-step process of how to apply to the GT Center program if you choose to do so. Step 1, complete the online application. Please remember that our firm deadline is Friday, October 25th, 2024 by 4 p.m. for the 2025-2026 school year. We accept applications for the next school year only. Please note that even if your child is already on an ALP and already attends a GT Center school but is not yet in the GT Center program, you must still apply. Step 2. GTRTs review the body of evidence, such as test scores from MAP, CMAS, COGAT, etc., to determine whether additional testing is needed. Step 3. If additional testing is needed, your GTRT will reach out to inform you of your child's testing date, which will typically be completed within the school day at their home school. Step 4. All data is reviewed by our data review team so that a formal decision can be made. Step 5. Families are notified of the decision at the start of winter break. Thank you for joining us today. You'll want to be sure to watch our other short videos for more information. If you have any questions or would like to connect with our GT team, please fill out the short form linked above to join us virtually on Tuesday, September 17th between 4 and 6 p.m. If you have questions about a particular school or your specific student, please feel free to reach out to your school's resource teacher using the link on this page. Thanks again for learning with me today, and we hope to see you on September 17th.